Already done. That's it.
Alright guys, I think we got on the Pine Island. I don't know if there's a checkpoint ahead, but at least we got through Matlacha. It might take a little bit to get back off this island though. Wow. Okay. Alright guys, we are now on Pine Island. The camera angle is not perfect right now, guys, but that doesn't matter. We're here. Pine Island. Pine Island Center to be exact. Pine Island, if you're not familiar with this area, is just outside of Cape Coral. There's only one way on and off this island, and the only way on and off this island is through a little road that goes off of the Cape Coral. It's a lot of the island is zoned agriculturally, and like I said, with only one way in and off the island. Hurricane Ian made landfall basically just to the north of the island, so this area was impacted directly by the storm. It's a rural area for the most part. It's not a fancy island. There's a few communities here and there, but for the most part it's not this fancy place like other islands. It's not this over-the-top fancy place. It's a normal place, and it's quite inconvenient, to be honest, because to get on this island, you're basically having to go all through the city of Cape Coral, which has really bad traffic. So for the most part, it's an awfully... There's a truck behind us, I think. Awfully inconvenient place to commute into Southwest Florida on or off of. It's like somebody's truck that I know, but it's not. But it's awfully inconvenient to get on and off this island. So the real estate properties here, also, you know, the natural situation, not only with the storms, but also with red tide. I mean, it's a very ecologically and when it comes to weather, also very delicate place, which means it hasn't really, even though it's an island, it hasn't had that huge real estate explosion. It probably won't for a few reasons. One, the ecological issues with the red tide have been persistent. Then on top of that, you have the fact that the whole island is subject to storm surge and hurricanes quite frequently, like we can see here. So it's just a combination of things that will probably keep this from becoming a Cape Coral or a Marco Island or Fort Myers Beach. It's exposed in all directions by water. It doesn't have real beaches. The real beaches are the island of Sanibel and the island of Captiva. Prevent Pine Island from having direct water access to clean white beaches, so it's backwater. So the combination of all those things means that Pine Island is and will probably remain for a very long time unattractive from a real estate perspective, especially with only one way in and off the island. It's just another reason people are afraid to invest into this area. But then on top of that, you also have the zoning. And what the zoning does is that it prevents this area from becoming commercial and keeping it agricultural, because this island is used for the cultivation of mango trees, palm trees, and other types of tropical plants. So the zoning has also been a factor in keeping this area from becoming the rest of Southwest Florida. So when you look at this island, even though it's in Southwest Florida, it's distinctive from Southwest Florida in that instead of being a fast-growing tourist-based area, it's mostly just an agricultural island, with real estate not being as sought after and as complicated of a factor as it is in other places. So what will make Pine Island recover from the storm is pretty much just the strength of the people, because while other places are going to have outside interest, people who have winter homes and stuff like that, there's a lot of locals here mostly. There's a few pockets where you have people that come from Canada and other places, but for the most part, there's a lot of local people. And there are tourist places here, like St. James City has a few things. Bokeelia definitely has a lot, but for the most part, it's not a place of incredible real estate pressure like is the rest of Southwest Florida. On the north end of the island, you have Bokeelia, beautiful place. We've had one of the most, my favorite fishing places in South Florida. Bokeelia Fishing Pier, but that's not one. Being that it's an agricultural island, not a rich place, there's a lot of mobile homes, and that is a horrible combination. Islands and mobile homes in Florida do not mix, and that will be a contributing factor in this particular area receiving some of the most dramatic damages you're going to see. Pretty much, it's just a bad combination. The affordability of this place had me looking into it a while back, but I decided not to, because it seems like the commute back into Southwest Florida from here is a very inconvenient commute. There's just not a lot of work directly on the island, so if you're trying to get on and off, like we travel a lot, and just getting on and off this island, it constitutes a very inconvenient commute. And even before this, now you got a lot of workers, but even before that, in the winter, you have a lot of tourism on Matlacha towards the entrance. Just means okay. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. There's good people here. Island people are friendlier. They're less materialistic. I would come over here to the nurseries, and there's actually a nursery here that has I think it's called Pine Island Nursery. I'm not 100%. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Normally I would remember, but I when I lived in Naples, I used to have a lot of mango varieties, and I would come out here and get my mango varieties that are hard to find. You can find them here. Ice cream is a great mango variety. Kiwi. So I would come over here to the nursery and get my mangoes. Almost every single year I would come up here, try the mangoes they had, and then buy the varieties. So two of my favorite things are mangoes and fishing, and those two things are kind of what this island's known for. So you can imagine that I would come here often for fishing and for the nurseries when I lived in Naples. This year I did not make it over to because mango season is like, there's different varieties. Some mangoes start kind of early, and some mangoes are kind of late. So you'd have to call, but like early varieties of mango, you're usually be able to get them by like March or May. And then as far as like, I think there was one variety that was like, not even lying, like October. It just depends on the variety, okay? June, July, August is probably like where most varieties of mango are going to be ready. But again, they vary. There's like early varieties and late varieties. So throughout the year, I would just call the mango, the place here. And I think they have like, my mind's kind of foggy right now. I'm not thinking too clearly, but I think it's like 100 different varieties of mango that they have there. So I would taste the mango, and if I liked the variety, I would buy it. So a lot of the mangoes that I planted back in Naples came from over here, from Pine Island. I think it was called Pine Island Nursery, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that. I think that's what it was called, Pine Island Nursery. So yeah, I mean, I would come here a lot for the nurseries, fishing. I did a video in Bokeelia before. I think I've done 2 or even 3 videos on Bokeelia. So if you look on my channel, you'll find 1 or 2 or 3. No, it's 2 or 3 videos I did in Bokeelia. And I might have done some fishing videos for my fishing channel as well, but that was probably so long ago that I don't remember. But yeah, it's a place that I not only came to a lot, but this is a place I like because the island people here are just really, they're not like the rest of Southwest Florida. They're more caring, more, like, like, not to poke fun or anything, but like, you ever heard about like the island boys? So they got the dreadlocks and the gold teeth. That's kind of like the island look. Like you'll see guys here, dreadlocks, listening to reggae music. It's an island. You know what I'm saying? Like this place feels like it's in the Caribbean in a sense, like the vibes and the people. And unfortunately, this video, that's not what we're looking at. But I want you to know the people here, they got their own vibe, man. Like, I remember one time I came over here to work, or fishing or something, and there was this dude. He had a parrot, like literally had a parrot on his shoulder, driving around in a scooter. So, like I said, island people, they got their own taste, they got their own style, they got their own way of doing things, bro. They have a lot of vibe. They're Caribbean, they're island people. Like literally, like they're if you meet the people that are from here, they're vibrant, they're lively. This is distinctive from like when you cross into Cape Coral. People are more snobby, people are more sophisticated, but this is an island, and like it's not just physically an island, but it's also an island in the essence of the people. And you know, my memories of coming here are just mostly dealing with great people that always have a smile on their face. There's also a significant Hispanic population on the island. It's about 21%, if I remember. Lots of Cubans and lots of Mexicans here. A lot of them came for the farms, for the mango trees. So again, back to that Caribbean influence of this place, you know, the island feel. There's a lot of people here cultivating lots of tropical plants. One year we came, I tried jackfruit. There's jackfruit on the island. Like, this island's really just known for that specifically. You know, the agriculture, the tropical agriculture, because being an island, it's got water on all the way around it. So even like, even considering it's kind of, look at the osprey on the tree. Look at the osprey. Even though it's kind of fairly to the north, it's as far north as Cape Coral, but because it's got water all the way around it, the temperatures here don't usually drop as low. And since the temperatures don't drop as low, you're able to grow jackfruit, mango, and a lot of other tropical plants that you're just not gonna grow like anywhere. So all that creates just a unique place in that, yeah, it's a little bit further to the north, but you're still able to grow a lot of stuff that you can't grow anywhere, you know, especially this far north. So yeah, there's jackfruit, there's chirimoyas, and like, I don't know the names in English, Spanish lime, a few things that you would probably not expect this far north, but they have them here. And the vast majority of it comes from the fact that since it's an island, it's got water all the way around it. The water helps keep it nice and warm, because again, you know, the closer you are to the water water kind of, it's a wall for the cold fronts and the cold weather. And interesting sign here: golf carts allowed from sunrise to sunset. So you're allowed to have golf carts in the daytime, not at night. Helium. Helium. Main Street. Driving over sand. Smells really bad. I have to say that even in this situation, the beauty of this place is still here. You know, the essence of it. And here a drone flying overhead. Could easily be a law enforcement drone. Very cold, unusually cold for Florida, especially this far south.